It was a hot, dusty afternoon in an isolated conflict zone. The air shimmered with heat and tension, and the sound of distant gunfire echoed across the rugged terrain. A team of elite Navy SEALs had been deployed on a mission to rescue hostages held by a heavily armed militant group. Every step they took was calculated, precise, and measured. Their training had prepared them for countless scenarios, but nothing could fully prepare them for what happened next. Among the SEALs was a new addition to the team, a combat medic known for her unshakable composure under fire. Her role was clear: ensure the wounded received immediate care, stabilize injuries, and save lives. The team moved cautiously through the rocky canyon, scanning for movement, listening for threats, and coordinating silently through hand signals and radio whispers. Tension was high. Every shadow could hide an enemy, every rustle could be the trigger for an ambush. Suddenly, a deafening explosion rocked the canyon, sending dust and debris into the air. The SEALs reacted instantly, diving for cover, scanning for targets, and assessing casualties. Amid the chaos, the medic sprinted toward a downed teammate, her bag in hand, stocked with vital medical supplies. Her training kicked in automatically, checking pulses, applying tourniquets, stabilizing wounds. The SEALs around her continued to engage the enemy, their rifles tracking movement with lethal precision. Then, the situation shifted. One of the snipers had been injured, and the militants were closing in, taking advantage of the distraction. The medic looked at the approaching danger, calculating the seconds they had before it became critical. Without hesitation, she dropped her medic bag on the ground. Instinct overrode protocol. She grabbed a nearby rifle, slinging it over her shoulder with an ease that surprised even the most experienced operators. The SEALs froze, a moment of disbelief passing over their faces. She moved into position with the confidence of a seasoned fighter, scanning for targets, her finger resting lightly on the trigger. The enemy thought they had an advantage, but the sudden appearance of a new combatant changed everything. Shots rang out, precise, calculated, and deadly. Within moments, the militants were disoriented, retreating, unable to comprehend the sudden turn of events. The SEALs, trained to trust their instincts and their team, watched in stunned silence as their medic transitioned seamlessly into a combat role. Time seemed to stretch as the firefight continued. The medic moved from cover to cover, providing suppressive fire, protecting her team, and buying critical seconds for the SEALs to regroup. Her actions were decisive, turning what could have been a catastrophic ambush into a controlled, strategic engagement. Every shot she fired disrupted the enemy's advance, every movement displayed tactical awareness that rivaled the most elite operatives. As the dust settled and the gunfire subsided, the SEALs regrouped. Casualties were minimal thanks to her swift action. The militants had been forced to retreat, their plan dismantled by an unexpected and formidable force. The SEAL team leader approached her, eyes wide with respect and disbelief. "Where did you learn to do that?" he asked, his voice a mix of admiration and astonishment. The medic simply shook her head, a quiet acknowledgement that some skills went beyond formal training. In the debriefing that followed, the entire operation was analyzed in detail. Every maneuver, every decision, and every shot was reviewed. The medic's performance became the highlight of the mission. Analysts noted that her ability to transition from a support role to active combat not only saved lives but also ensured the mission's success. The story quickly spread within the military community, becoming a case study in adaptability, courage, and the unpredictable nature of warfare. Her teammates, still in awe, recounted the events multiple times. The SEALs who had initially doubted the unconventional presence of a medic on the front line realized that courage and skill could manifest in the most unexpected forms. The incident challenged assumptions, broke stereotypes, and showcased the human capacity to act decisively under pressure. It became a defining moment not only for the team but for the broader understanding of modern combat operations. Days later, as the team returned to base, the medic reflected on the mission. She knew that the line between life and death could shift in seconds. Her training, instincts, and courage had converged at the exact moment when it mattered most. The SEALs had gone silent, not out of fear, but out of respect and astonishment at what they had just witnessed. It was a testament to the unpredictability of war, the resilience of human spirit, and the extraordinary bravery that ordinary individuals can display when confronted with unimaginable danger. The operation became a story shared across military circles, highlighting the importance of adaptability in combat. It inspired countless new recruits and seasoned veterans alike, proving that heroes can emerge from any role, at any time. The SEALs, who had once relied solely on their specialized training, learned a profound lesson that day: the battlefield does not discriminate between roles. Courage, decisiveness, and quick thinking define true effectiveness in combat. As months passed, the story continued to resonate. It was studied in tactical schools, discussed in leadership seminars, and shared as an example of extraordinary composure under pressure. The medic returned to her primary role, but her legacy was cemented among the SEALs. She had become more than just a support member. She had become a symbol of courage, adaptability, and the power of decisive action in life or death scenarios. Her team remembered the silence that fell over them, the rare, almost sacred pause in the chaos of combat. It was a silence born not of fear, but of recognition of skill, bravery, and the undeniable truth that heroism often appears in the most unexpected forms. The story of that day would live on, inspiring generations of warriors to trust their instincts, embrace adaptability, and never underestimate the power of a determined individual in the crucible of battle. The incident served as a reminder that the battlefield is unpredictable, that human courage can defy expectations, and that sometimes, the quietest, most unassuming team members are capable of extraordinary feats. Her actions were a testament to the spirit of resilience, the importance of readiness, and the undeniable impact of courage when faced with imminent danger. The SEALs continued their missions, but the memory of that day remained etched in their minds. They spoke of it often, sharing details with newcomers, always emphasizing the critical lesson: never underestimate anyone's ability to rise to the occasion. And in quiet moments, away from the battlefield, they would recall the medic who dropped her bag, grabbed a rifle, and turned a dire situation into a story of unparalleled bravery. Her story became more than a mission report, it became legend. A narrative of courage, decisiveness, and adaptability that would be recounted for years to come. And through it all, she remained humble, knowing that heroism is not about recognition, but about action when it is needed most. The SEALs went silent that day, not just in shock, but in reverence for the extraordinary human spirit they had witnessed.